If you clicked on this video, then likely you're someone who's already good with money. But if you're not, and you're somebody who is looking for new ways to earn and save money, then this video might be a good one to watch. Either way, you clicked on the right video because I'm going to share what I think are the top money mistakes to make in 2025, along with a couple honorable mentions. By avoiding these mistakes, I've been able to increase my income by over 7 times and save a good portion of that, all without having a college degree. So starting with the biggest mistake first, most people make the mistake of constantly upgrading their cars for new ones as soon as they start to get a little old. There are a couple reasons that people start doing this, one of them being that the car starts having mechanical issues. Now when this happens, most people will make the mistake of running out and buying a newer version of the same exact car. And the problem with this, besides it costing you a ton of money, is that you might be running into the same exact mechanical issues in the new car a couple years down the road. So if you have a car that's having mechanical issues, do some research and find a more reliable car. If you're not sure about this, Toyota, Honda, and Nissan are some good brands to start looking at. But aside from mechanical issues, the second reason that people constantly trade in their old cars for new ones is that it's a really heavily marketed idea that new cars are more reliable than old cars. But I know firsthand that this is not necessarily true, as I've had a 2006 Toyota Tacoma that I've spent almost no money in repairs on it since I bought it in 2015. So if you have a used car that's getting up there in miles, but it's not having mechanical issues yet, if it gives you peace of mind, just go out and find a good mechanic that you can trust so that when that car starts having issues, you have somewhere you can take it. I've done this with my 2006 Tacoma, but I still haven't needed that mechanic yet, as my truck is still running pretty good. By avoiding the purchase of a newer vehicle, you're not only going to save hundreds of dollars a month in the car payment, you also are going to be able to save a couple $100 a month in registration and in car insurance. When looking at buying new cars, people often hear the argument that you're going to be saving a lot of money on gas if the gas mileage of the new car is higher. But I found actually that the increase in insurance costs and registration usually far outweighs the gas savings. But anyway, moving along from the car thing, the second biggest mistake that I think most people can make is leaving a balance on their credit cards. Having a balance on your credit card is one of the most expensive habits you can have. And actually, if you're someone who is not financially able to pay their credit card off 100% each month, then that might be a sign that you should not have a credit card at all. And just to give you an idea of how much this mistake might be costing you, every $5,000 in credit card debt you have is going to cost around $100 per month just in interest. So if you are someone who has been carrying any sort of credit card balance, then I would recommend that you do everything you can, including draining your savings, in order to pay that credit card down as quickly as possible. Now, the third biggest mistake that most people make when it comes to their money is they stop learning new skills that can be used to increase their income. One of the best things you can do for your bank account is to make more income, obviously. But one of the best ways to do that is to learn new skills that are in demand that you can use to make more money than you're making currently. For me personally, I decided to learn some skills related to data and analytics a few years ago. And by doing that, I've been able to increase my income by over 7 times within just the last 3 years. I'm definitely not telling you to go to college or go back to college, but learning new skills is one of the quickest ways to change your life for the better. If you want to learn more about this, then feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel. Now, the fourth biggest mistake is splitting a major purchase like a car or a house with someone who is not your legal spouse. I know this is not super common and this is kind of a weird one, but I've seen enough of my friends get wrecked financially by doing this that it's important for me to bring it up. If you're dating someone and they want to purchase a house with you, just put off the purchase until after you get married. Because if you buy a house with them, you don't really have any legal protection when that person ghosts you and stop paying the payment. And there's nothing preventing them from leaving you on the hook and wrecking your finances. The same goes for co-signing on a loan. If you have a friend or a family member who's asking you to co-sign on a loan for them, do whatever you can to avoid this. I've seen it end badly, and usually it ends up wrecking the relationship with the person that you're trying to help. Now, mistake number 5 that I see people make with their money is that they never learn how to live on less money than they're making. If you make this mistake, you will never get ahead financially, even if your income grows up significantly. If you do this, you will always be stuck spending a little bit more than you make, and you'll have nicer toys, nicer vacations as you make more money, but the only things that will be growing is your debt and your stress level. And if you're someone who struggles to live on less money than they're making, then fixing that might not be as difficult as you think it is. In the next video, I share my unconventional way to live on less money than you're making. If you want to see that video, then click here.